Welcome to Sodo Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. I am so glad you're tuning in once more to watch this video. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did making it. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Jufo. I'm with Sodo Creations, and we provide videos on everything decor. Today we are working on a round balloon arch. It's on a 7-foot metal stand and it's for a bridal show. I'll also be posting another video next on how I set up my booth at the bridal show, so stay tuned for that. If this is your first time, again, I welcome you and I hope you'd consider subscribing to the channel and like and share the videos as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're starting today by inflating the 5 inches. I know normally I do my bigger balloons, but I decided to switch it up a little bit and inflate the 5 inches first. So I have the white in the Qualatex brand, and I have this beautiful champagne color in the Betallatex brand. I'm making all my pairs right now. When I'm putting all the 5-inch balloons, I'll put it when I'm putting them in the bag to take to the venue, then I'll make my quads as I go. So this champagne color was a fun one to work with. It's actually a good quality balloon. They're very, very stretchy, these metallic balloons for Betallatex, so I enjoyed working with those. Now, a bit about my design. I came up with this myself, so the owner of the event decided to let me have whatever creative aspect I needed to design it myself, and I was so excited because if you decorate and someone gives you that clean slate to just let you do whatever you want to do, then you get so excited because you can design things you haven't done before, not follow a trend, and just make it elegant. Because it's a bridal show, I decided to go with more of the white color. I didn't want to put too much color this time. Now, I did a bridal show before. I don't know if you've seen that video. I'll have it linked down below, and that was a balloon wall. So this time around I decided to do something a bit different, but also keeping it along that bridal theme. And most weddings have that white, so I decided to put the white, and then with a bit of glam I added the champagne color. And of course, what's a wedding without flowers, right? So at the end I added a touch of flower to just bring the balloons to life and give it a different dynamic. So I really like how it turned out. So stay tuned and keep watching so you don't miss how I put all the flowers at the very end. So I'm inflating all the whites, but then now I'm trying to add some champagne in different sizes. What I did here is just add one champagne color to the other 3 whites to make the quad. That way when I'm installing, then I have a champagne color every other place. And you'll notice when I start putting in all the garland, when I start installing the garland onto the metal stand, you'll notice that I rearrange them so that the champagne color kind of pops here and there within the garland. So keep an eye out for that as well. So I'm just making sure I inflate all the balloons. At this point I'm just adding all my champagne colors to give it the full texture. The bridal show this time is taking place at one of the universities, so the location is a little different than it was for the last one if you watched that video, but we had so much fun putting it together. The balloons were loved by so many of the brides and also the family members who came to support the brides, and many vendors loved it as well. So I was trying to decide which balloon arrangement I liked the best from last one to this one, but it's hard to really pick because I came up with this myself and just enjoyed putting it together, but the other one too has its own uniqueness to it. So right now I'm just creating my garland. I do this at home to save me some time at the venue, so I'm not trying to do too much there and I spend less time there. What I did was set up this balloon garland the day before the event, and on the day of I just went to set up my booth, so it made things so much easier than the last time. It wasn't as time consuming and tedious because I was able to get this part out of the way. I had help from a total stranger the next day to set up my booth because I was doing it all by myself. So right now I set up my garland as much as I can to fit in my bags, and you see me try to struggle to get them in, but that way when I get to the venue you'll see me pull out the balloons. This is what I have so far, and I'm hoping they all fit in the bags and all fit in my van. Like I said, I decide to make all my quads as I'm putting everything in the bag. Now, I don't know if you're new and I haven't addressed this before for you, but I usually buy the mattress bags at the U-Haul store to store all the balloons. They're pretty firm and sturdy and they hold the balloons pretty well, and it's a time saver, lifesaver hack. So if you didn't know about that, I just thought I would mention it. So here I am just making all the quads and putting in my extra balloons that I would use later to if I needed more. So I'm putting all that in the same bag. Again, I put my 5 inches in the bag first because those are the balloons I would pull out first. Those are the balloons I would pull out last to decorate. So I make sure they go to the bottom of the bag, and the bigger balloons go to the top so that it's easy. But this time I put the garlands together. I'm putting together my 7-foot arch, and you see I push against the corner of that wall to get the very last piece in place. Those are the poles I'm going to use for my organic columns. So keep on watching so you can see how I put that together. It's just a bonus tutorial for you. Now I have water in those bags, those white bags down there. In the past, you see me playing with balloons at home to make different designs. I don't put water in those bags, and some people get nervous about how sturdy my backdrop is, but I had mentioned to you that when I'm home playing with the balloons, I don't bother putting the water in the bags, but if I'm doing an event, obviously I put the water and it holds the arch pretty well. So I'm making adjustments with the garland and just fitting it onto the backdrop and making sure, like I said, that the champagne color is alternating in different areas, not clustered in one place, and also that the balloons are tight together so that you don't see much of the pole. Of course, I'm going to cover with the 5-inch clusters, and also I'm going to use flowers to add to the design, but to help myself so I'm not seeing too much, then you just push down. Once you twist that garland on, then you make sure that you push the balloon so that they overlap so it fits well onto the arch. And I'm squeezing all that in. Now that piece at the bottom tends to be tricky because you have the water bags holding everything, what I do is I use a 260Q through one of the clusters and just tie it onto the bottom. That holds that part down. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave it down in the comments. I'm pretty good at responding. So thank you so much for watching. Please click that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. It really supports my channel, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you who have been watching the videos and who are subscribed to the channel. It really helps me and encourages me to keep posting, keep creating videos and tutorials for you guys. So thank you so much again, and stay tuned for the next video on how I do the drapery for my bridal show booth. So once again, enjoy.